Restarting your AC this season and cleaning your vents out is absolutely essential. If you've done that already, it's great. Well, if you haven't, know that you have to clean your vents each time you restart your AC in the new summer season. A dirty vent is the reason behind your allergies, your cough, your sneezing. We're going to be telling you more in this report on why cleaning your AC vents out is essential and also why you must be keeping a humidifier handy. Do you also have like a runny nose, sometimes a dry nose, cough that refuses to go away, sneezing that just won't stop and you just don't know what the reason is? It happens all the time. Guess what? The culprit here could be your air conditioner.
As the summer starts, there is increase or abundance of pollen grains in the environment, and this is the reason why most of the people in this season starts having allergies. While you enter into a room with an AC, in this air conditioner there is lot of recirculation of air. So because of this, the pollen grains, house dust, dust mites, so all of this gets circulated in the air in more abundance. So this causes those people who are allergic to have more sneezing, allergies, nose stuffiness.
Turning up the air conditioner on a hot summer day can be a relief. But after a while, you might find yourself sniffing, sneezing, or dealing with a scratchy throat. Alright, so having a humidifier like this one in a room where the air conditioner is on is extremely helpful. Remember, the air conditioner essentially dries out your skin and dries up your airways. And this humidifier is going to naturally help in restoring that much needed moisture balance, which is absolutely essential for you to not feel dry in your nose and not feel dry in your throat. A humidifier in that sense is an absolute essential. It also helps in dealing with indoor air pollution that many of us don't talk about, but it is very much a problem. So something like this is a very good thing to have in the room wherever the air conditioner is on.
How does the AC work is basically it sucks the air, takes out the moisture and cools the air. So then it becomes dry. You can consider keeping a humidifier, which is not a very costly device, and try to keep the humidity level between 45 to 50% in your room.
So what exactly does an AC do? And why using it without a humidifier is problematic?
Air conditioning also dries the air because the function of it is by cooling the air and sucking the moisture. So this will also irritate the airways, decrease the secretions and dry the secretions of the airways. So this is the second way. Then you will have nasal allergies and nasal stuffiness.
Many people experience headaches, worsened allergies and breathing difficulties in air-conditioned rooms, especially if the unit is not regularly cleaned.
Some people who are not allergic, they may get a condition called vasomotor rhinitis. This condition occurs when there is a sudden temperature change, like you are coming from a hot temperature outside and then you suddenly enter a cold temperature. This makes the nose and the nose mucosa react badly and it just swells up and causes a nasal congestion.
Apart from improving respiratory health, a humidifier can also keep your skin and hair healthy. Dry indoor air can strip moisture from the skin, leading to irritation, redness, and even premature aging.
So leaving a jar full of water open in a room where you are sleeping with AC on helps to decrease the dryness in the room, and that's why your transepidermal water loss decreases, and that's how it helps your skin. This is an advice which we give even to atopic children which have dry skin and lot of eczemas.
So humidifier is an essential addition to your personal space if you want to deal with dry airways, stuffy nose, often which has bleeding issues as well. This is an important health addition to your space wherever the air conditioner is switched on, be it your home or your office. Summertime can be extremely difficult and hard on your body, and that's the reason why hydration is a key. The organ to get most affected because of dehydration is your kidney. Here's how you can take care. Remember that you should increase your water intake. Up to 12 glasses a day is great. Electrolyte imbalance is something that you must keep in check. Certainly avoid excessive salt and excessive sugar, which is equal to processed foods. Also avoid eating out. Remember, eating light is your best bet at these times. Avoid excessive pressure on your muscles and also avoid excessive use of OTC medicines. So we asked nephrologists on kidney disease and how it can strike silently. Listen in.
Our kidney diseases are usually called as silent killers because till the time 50-60% of the kidney gets damaged, the GFR goes below 60 or sometimes 50, the usually symptoms do not come. So especially in our country where regular health checkups are not very common, people usually go when they have symptoms.
What can we do to keep our kidneys healthy in summers?
During summers, as we are all aware, the environment is less humidified. So if you are not well hydrated, if you are unable to hydrate yourself regularly, you will end up in dehydration, which can eventually lead to pre-renal sort of kidney failure if you have any vulnerability. For example, if you are diabetic, if you are hypertensive, you are on medications, or you have vomitings, or you have loose motions, and especially during summers, so you are already on a dehydrated state, and if you go into these kind of illnesses, your chances of getting a kidney injury is far more as compared to a normal person.
We also asked why are our kidneys the most pressurized organs when it comes to dehydration, and what are the kind of challenges that this vital organ would face during peak summers.
During summers, the most important aspect is keeping yourself hydrated, and well, electrolytes also should get maintained. So what you can do in your daily activity is try to take one fruit daily, try to take a good amount of green leafy vegetables, and keep yourself hydrated. If you're an average weight of 60 to 80 kgs like most of us are, you should be drinking around 2.5 to 3 liters if you're a person of sedentary lifestyle.
Here's how you can keep an eye on the onset of early kidney disease. First of all, the color of your urine. If it looks dark all the time, not just in the mornings, and there is a big problem. It would be foul smelling, there could be foam in it, burning sensation, lower back pain also associated with kidney disease, sudden anemia which is being seen in you would be a sign of kidney disease. Swelling around your eyes, that's a big sign of a problem with your kidneys. Watch out for these signs and symptoms. Our experts are answering your frequently asked questions around summer health. Everyone wants to know what exactly is electrolyte imbalance? How can you prevent it? What about summer headaches? Why is it so common when the temperatures soar up? Listen in.
Body is a very good machine. It tries to lose heat through sweating. Once you sweat, you actually lose a lot of electrolytes in the sweat, which actually includes sodium, potassium, and there can also be loss of or less quantity of calcium and magnesium. Now these electrolytes are very important to maintain bodily function, muscle functions and nerve functions. If there are a lot of loss or if there is an imbalance in the electrolytes, they cause fatigue, muscle cramps, tiredness, and if it is extreme, they can even lead to loss of consciousness. So you should keep yourself hydrated well. Take electrolyte containing solutions. All these artificial solutions are not right.
Why are nosebleeds so common during summers? What can you do to avoid them?
So whenever there is a dilatation of the vessel and changes of pressure, there is a tendency to bleed more. So that vasodilatation along with dehydration, because this heat can cause dehydration, so the nasal mucosa, the lining between the nose can become dry and it can bleed. The other one is allergies. The allergies that happen during the summers can again make it itchy and dry. That again exposes a person to more nosebleeds. So once we take care of this, like humidify ourselves, take a lot of hydration, don't avoid dry air exposure to the nose. If these can be done, then the nosebleed frequency can be reduced in extreme of summers.
What are hot foods? What are cold foods? What are the kinds of foods that we must avoid during summers? Listen in.
We consider the foods in categories of Ushna and Sheet, or maybe hot foods and cold foods. Some foods are heating which can aggravate the heat in our body. So in summers we need to avoid those. Like we need to avoid too many spices, we need to avoid too many chilies, we can avoid excess of tulsi or cinnamon, because they will increase the heat in our body. Cooling foods, they will be helpful for us in these summers. These can be fruits, these can be salads like cucumbers, or these can be green leafy vegetables, because they cool down our body and they help in better digestion.
Well, that brings us to the end of this edition of Health 360. We hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we did putting it together for you. These stories and much more news around health, wellness and fitness can be found on India Today's website, which is indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Our social media handles are also carrying these stories. It's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter or X, and of course Facebook. Our hashtag is Health360, Health360 Plus. Do subscribe, like and share. Thank you so much for watching. Take very good care of yourself. Bye for now.